All right, folks. Welcome to In the Paint. It's our first live broadcast. I'm sorry we don't have any music like our start music right now. I guess that's my fault. But getting on, getting on. We broadcast Monday through Friday. Monday and Fridays from 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I see some people that's in our room that's on the line with us. Got my man Holla. What's going on, Holla? Peace to you, brother.
Peace. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you coming in. You're coming in nice and loud and clear, brother. Also, we have my man from Twitter, Chandler, is in the house. What's going on, Chandler?
What's up, everybody?
All right. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate that. Y'all good tonight?
Yep.
Yankees winning, so I'm good.
Okay, what's the score on that, man?
4-1.
Okay, cool, good stuff right there. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining. This is the first initial voyage of our live streaming on YouTube through Google Hangouts. Again, thank you for joining me. Yo, tonight I see our regular man that created in the paint, Mr. Max Celebrity, is nowhere to be seen. What else is new? So I guess I'll have to run this operation pretty much by myself on the regular.
Very good. Very good. It's the
You
way
know what
it
I mean?
should be.
Well, there you go. Oh, speaking of the devil, good evening, Mr. Max 611. You're late. What's going on? How you doing?
What's up?
All right, all right. You know what? I don't really have any particular order to show tonight, but I know I did want to start off by getting to talk about this Golden State Cleveland Cavaliers NBA Finals Game 4 being played right now as we talk. Of course, Cleveland is down 0-3. Um, what has been you guys' impressions of this NBA Finals matchup, the fourth straight one between these two teams? Anyway,
It's a gang against one.
this is true. This is true. I gotta tell you, people always talk bad about LeBron, and I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. What do you expect this man to do? That's why I think he's gonna leave, and he owes the city nothing. He's brought them a championship. One, they haven't seen any, since he arrived. And take the ball and run, because the
Right.
ownership, the management team has done you no favors in getting you any type of quality players whatsoever. That's just my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, Chandler, what do you have to say about that, buddy?
Well, this narrative that he's out there with four dudes that he picked up at Walmart is a little annoying.
Right.
Okay.
He has a multiple-time All-Star at the power
Mhm.
forwards. He's got a guy in Thompson who could be a starter, if not a major contributor on most of the teams that made the playoffs.
Okay.
You got Hood, you got George Hill, you got Jordan Clarkson. You have players on this team. Now, the fact that they don't play up to what they should be playing is a whole different story. Is that because you have point guards that don't get to play point guard, so they can't really do their job? Is that because when things go badly, he tends to, as we saw, what was that in game one? Is it all of those things, or did they fail so badly in their evaluation of players that they got a bunch of players who can't step up in big moments?
Interesting.
Because you can't, it can't be, it's him and four bums, because he doesn't have four bums. He has four very good, he actually has a team full of very good players. The majority of the players on his team, a lot of those guys will be starting on other teams that made the playoffs. So miss me with the narrative that, oh, he can't do any more. Maybe he's doing too much. Maybe stop being a point forward. Stop trying to be a 6'9" point guard and allow the actual point guard to run the ball. Maybe play off the ball.
That's a
Maybe
solution.
do some other things. Maybe go rebound. maybe instead of getting a triple double, get 10 points and 15 rebounds. And don't worry about the assists. Maybe don't worry about talking about my guys like you're the coach. Because last time Tyronn Lue was the coach. I'm just saying. Just the narrative is insulting to them. It's insulting to me as a basketball fan. The reason the team isn't winning is because they're not a good team. Not because he doesn't have help, but because they're not a good team. Why aren't they a good team is the question that should be being asked, just in my opinion.
Right.
Well, can I say something, Chandler?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, you raised really good points, but I think it's a little bit of everything that you said. Their players aren't as good as Golden State.
Right.
He his coach really, he's not a great coach, doesn't make proper adjustments. He made some. I saw in, from game 1 to game 3, he made some adjustments, but sometimes it might be too late because those are like desperation moves, playing Rodney Hood, in game 3, and you see what Rodney Hood did. He played very well. But I agree with a lot of your points. Hey, he's tough to play with, I guess, being that he is gonna hold the ball the most. And he is, the de facto point forward, and the point guards who they have to adjust their games to playing off the ball more than what they used to do. Like Mario Chalmers was good to play with in Miami because he played off the ball. He didn't necessarily need to be that type of point guard, but he was that type of point guard in college. But like you said, he has good players. They're not on Golden State's level, and that's why they're losing. And the narrative does have to change. He gets castigated for the smallest things. Like I saw on a board today at work that he needs to work on his low post game. I'm like, really? That's like minute compared when you look at his body of work. And like you said, if he might leave, he doesn't owe Cleveland really anything.
Absolutely not.
The owner messed up. The owner messed up by not re-signing the GM whose contract was up. You let that guy go, and that's when Kyrie Irving said, you know what? I'm gonna leave before LeBron leaves. And people might think him and Kyrie have beef. I don't think there's any beef, no ill will towards the hell. People saying LeBron, the latest rumor, he gonna go to Boston now. But you know, the owner messed up. You should have kept the GM who both your superstar players respected. And one of them said, you know what, I'm out of here. I done dealt with you. Kyrie was in the league how many years? He's been in the league 6, 7, 8 years. I'm out of here. Because I remember how it was without LeBron and you running, how the show was ran. And hey, LeBron's got to do what he's got to do, you know?
Yep. Well, you know what? I still say I have to rock with that narrative that I brought up originally because the bottom line is these guys they fail to produce. And I understand the whole talk about how the guys are pointing forward, stop being that the whole 10 points, 15 boards or 15 points, 10 boards. I get it. But still, when these guys have had a chance to take that lead or whatnot and try to take the mantle from LeBron and be more focal on offense, be focal points on offense, they failed. They failed. I'm looking at this guy just missing the three just now. You understand? And turn the ball over. I'm like, come on. These guys have failed. They failed to be real reliable teammates. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be the all LeBron show. Unfortunately, I do agree with you on that point, but I'm just saying still, and like Max said, they're not as good as Golden State as far as
Right.
teammates.
Right.
So
But if that's the case, then then that organization deserves a lot of blame
For sure. I
for
agree.
Yeah.
player evaluation, and he deserves a lot of blame because I've been thinking about this. Tell me a young player that's played with him that's gotten better.
The
In this
only one
era,
is
we
only one I
want.
can. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, go ahead.
Chandler. Sorry, I was gonna say the only one I can see is maybe Kyrie in terms of him being a doing it in crunch time as opposed to when Kyrie was alone in Cleveland, with the roster that they had, and it was, Kyrie was the star and everybody else was eh. And maybe that's just and maybe that's not true because Kyrie is talented and you could put Kyrie anywhere and he would be who he is.
Right. And I mean, I would argue that Kyrie became a more complete player in Boston than he ever was in Cleveland.
Right.
You understand? There needs to be a shift in how he does things and how the organization does things, in the sense that if you have guys who have talent, you can't get it out. And this is the third coach, by the way, or is it the fourth one? This is the third or fourth coach at this point? Because remember,
Where
we
in
started with
Cleveland?
Mike Brown. We go all the way back to Mike Brown with him.
Right.
Right.
So it can't always be the coaches are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man, I gotta tell you, man, I hear you, and it makes so much sense, but I just have just a little bit of problem with that, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're very not. No, I'm not trying to be funny, but you're
No,
very
no,
not.
no. It's funny it's just funny to me.
Okay.
Not
Uh-huh.
not disparaging either one of you.
Right.
It's
Right.
just funny.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't mind. They can make fun of me. I listen. That's what I do. I'm gonna talk off out the side of my neck. Either if I'm right or wrong. I don't care. I'm just gonna put it out there for discussion. You understand? And that's what I basically do. But I'm just saying. I hear what you're saying, Chandler. But I just can't get what I said out my mind. You know what I'm saying? I just can't dismiss it, man. I gotta just say it the way I feel it. You know what I mean?
Well,
And he's right. The organization does need to take responsibility for it. You know what I'm saying? Most of the responsibility for it anyway.
starts with the owner. Have y'all seen his crazy ass tweets and things
No.
he's been putting out in the media the past week?
No, what do you say?
Oh, he's talking about we're gonna do this and that, and it's great. And we made these moves to put a great roster together,
Please.
and the new GM that we have, he's done an excellent job under my leadership. I'm like,
No,
really? Why were you
exactly.
trying to sell the team a couple of months ago?
Well, that's because he's going to wind up going to jail if he don't pay off some of these fines from the FAA. That's a whole other level of
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. You guys are right. It's ridiculous. Like I said, man, dude, I think that this guy should just leave Cleveland and call it a day. Where he's gonna wind up, I have no idea. There was a report that basically well, maybe not he, but maybe a representative of him was saying that he feels like he has an open check, and he's gonna explore every opportunity that's open to him. As well, I think he should.
Right.
You know.
What do y'all think about him? There's a rumor of him going to Houston. I don't think that works.
No. I don't think Houston works. I don't think Boston works.
Okay.
If I'm the Boston Celtics, honestly, and I understand how this is going to sound, I don't want LeBron James. I'm going to have to get rid of two. I'm going to have to get rid of too many of my young players. So I can have a window of 3 to 4 years, or I could have a window of up to 10 years with the young players I have. So am I looking at the long play, or am I looking at immediate gratification? If I'm looking at the long play and I want my team to be good for, say, the next 10 years, I tell LeBron James, thanks, but no thanks.
Right.
I'm dead
Keep
serious.
doing what you're doing.
Yeah. The team I have already made the Eastern Conference Finals without according to the experts, two of my best players. Now, I'm not a fan of Gordon Hayward, and I'm still out on Kyrie Irving, so I don't say that. But the supposed experts all claim that Gordon Hayward is the second coming, apparently, of Jesus, and Kyrie Irving is his twin brother. You know, but if I'm Boston, I tell him, listen, man, we're good. We got it. You know, Houston, come on. First of all, salary cap wise, how you going to fit him? Because you got to get rid of Clint Capella. So then you wind up with the same situation that you have in Cleveland, which is you wind up with a Tristan Thompson playing center. And when you go against Golden State, guess what? You still have no answer for Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
Right. And
so
then
where you go?
Right. And then you got to pay Harden. You got to pay CP3. You got that ugly Ryan Anderson contract. And they all three of them need the ball. So I don't think that works.
Right. And that's the other piece is Harden, for all of people talking about the ball moving with D'Antoni, they ran an ISO heavy offense. And everybody tried to ignore that, even though Mike D'Antoni criticized Carmelo Anthony about being ISO heavy, and then he ran an ISO heavy offense. Because basically they gave the ball to James Harden, everybody stood around. They gave the ball to Chris Paul, everybody stood around and let them create the offense. So now you're going to have James Harden and everybody's going to stand around. You're going to have Chris Paul, everybody's going to stand around. You're going to have LeBron James and everybody's going to stand around.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Nah. Chandler, you crack me up, I swear, bro.
I'm just saying. So the only place for him to go is Philly or LA. Those are the only two places. Actually, no, the third place is Portland. He's never going to go to Portland. We all know that.
What about San Antonio?
Man, Greg Popovich will punch him in the face. Come on, man.
maybe Popovich is what he needs. He needs somebody, I guess, coaching wise to respect, because he hasn't really. I guess in Miami he respected Spoelstra and Riley as much as respect goes, but even then, you know, when it ended, it didn't end great when he left. They left on sort of not so bad terms, and Spoelstra is the best coach he's had, in my opinion. Mike Brown can't coach.
No.
Right.
David Blatt, he could stay in Europe.
I thought it's gonna be the next. Go ahead, Chandler.
Does Popovich come back? Listen, he was married to his wife a long time.
Right.
She was his partner. She was his friend.
Right.
That takes a toll on you. Does he really want to continue to do this without her? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of stress that comes with this. And having somebody that you can lean on, that you know without 100% you can lean on, that's a big deal, man.
Yep.
I don't know if Popovich comes back. What, Popovich is what, 67, 70 now?
Something like that. Yeah, he's up there.
Does he even want to come back to deal with this right now? I mean, who knows mentally if he wants to do this anymore without her? Maybe he just says, you know what, I'm gonna take all the trips we were supposed to take and do all of the things that we were supposed to do.
Right. Right. And especially after this year going through what he went through with Kawhi Leonard, you know, that whole situation.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, like I said, man. What about the other one, which I found utterly ridiculous? Golden State. I found that talk ridiculous. I'm like, come on now.
They got to get rid of some people.
Jesus.
Like Chandler said in regards to the Boston thing, if he goes to Golden State, two people got to leave.
Yep.
Yeah, I found that to be just as ridiculous. I'm like, wow, are y'all serious? We really discussing this? We really putting this out there to chew more?
Right. And can I add on to the Boston situation? They were trying to. There's been rumors that they tried to make a deal with Dallas for Dallas's number one pick, and Dallas said, "Give us Jason Tatum, instead of Jaylen Brown." They offered him Jaylen Brown. I'm like, no, Dallas, get out of here. Yep. Jalen Brown can be replaced. Jason
Mhm.
Tatum is gonna be a upper echelon player in a few
Exactly.
years.
Exactly. That don't make
And
no damn sense.
I
Yeah.
see what Danny Ainge is doing. Danny Ainge he wants to stockpile draft picks, keep certain guys for a few years, and when it's time to pay them big money, not pay them big money,
Right.
Yep.
and keep building from the draft, which is kind of smart in a micro type way of keeping
Mhm.
Boston afloat and keeping them healthy because Horford's gonna be leaving in a few years. He's getting
Mhm.
older. If I were them, I with one of the picks they have, they need to draft a big.
Mhm.
And like Chandler said, I'm not sold on. I like Gordon Hayward. He's a good player, but he ain't Jesus. And Kyrie has to do it for me for lead a team for a full season.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Well said. Well said. Go ahead, Chandler. I know you wanted to say something
Well,
else.
Golden State. Listen, the person who put that out, we all know why he did it because he needed some airtime. So
Clicks,
I don't know why everybody dignifying that nonsense
right?
with Uncle Step and Fetch it. So
There
Exactly.
you go.
I said, "What the hell was this?" I said, "Is he really just saying this stuff?" I'm like, "Come on, man.
Yeah,
I can't."
they looking for clicks and looking for
Uh,
for views.
that's actually pathetic. I don't even know why I brought it up, but I had to because it was just so ridiculous. I was like, "Come on now, y'all are just beyond fucking stupid now." I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. you know, I'm like, come on, what makes you think this guy? Yeah, I can't even get into it. It's just beyond ridiculous, man. Now, another thing I want to bring up that was boy, I tell you, sometimes I just wonder, and this is not to really insult anybody, but I just wonder what the hell people are thinking at times. Uh, a friend of mine, um, he had said that he thought that Kevin Durant was a much more a better player than LeBron James. So he was more of a
And a
leader.
better
I'm like,
leader.
yeah, thank you. When I heard that, I was like, "Come on, man, are you serious?" I said, "You are better than that. You're so much smarter than that. Stop." I was like, "Don't tell me you one of those microwavable fans on this guy's. You know what I'm saying? On this guy's Johnson, just because you're seeing him play a little bit. Stop. First of all, look at the body of work. That's one. It's two different things. Apples and oranges. There's no comparison whatsoever. So I don't get that whole thing, especially with the leadership part. We talk about a guy that shrunk. Okay, he literally shrunk when his OKC team needed him the most when he was up 3 games to 1 on Golden State. Okay, one of the gifted scorers of the game failed miserably at his job. I'm not even putting on Russell Westbrook because Russell Westbrook never had that title of being a gifted scorer. Is he a guy that plays at 100? Absolutely. But as far
Oh,
as gifted scorers, this
they
guy
both
failed.
folded in that series.
No, I'm gonna put it more. No, I'm still gonna put it more on KD because he was a gifted scorer and he failed to do what he's supposed to do. Put the ball in the hoop. He failed. Period.
Right.
You
But
understand? So,
your
mhm,
two superstars can't both shoot. They both shot 30% from the
I,
field and
I get it.
30%
I
on
I understand
threes,
that.
and they both had 40 turnovers. You're gonna
I
lose.
I understand that, but I'm putting the onus more on KD than Westbrook. I'm sorry.
Well, he left. You saw he left. He was like, I can't do it here with him. I'm
Yeah.
out.
What kind of leader is that? You understand?
Well, he's never Kevin. I like and this, I like Kevin Durant. I like his game. I think he's um at 6'11"
hmm
with the range he has and shooting the three ball and his basketball IQ, athleticism. Um he's phenomenal, but he's still below LeBron. I can't give you super kudos for leaving the team that beat you
hmm
and you go join them and now you're a leader. No, their leadership is is Draymond and Curry. Those are the leaders of that team.
Right.
He's just there to shine.
Exactly.
The problem with this whole narrative that's been started is because someone is the star of the team. Oh, he must be the leader.
That too. Right.
Julius Irving was never the leader of any Philadelphia 76er team he was on. You can fact check me on this. You want to talk the Bobby Joneses of the world. You want to talk whatever point guard he had. You want to talk the Caldwell Joneses of the world. Doug Collins when he was there. Dr. J was never the leader of any of those teams. Was he the star of those teams? He absolutely was.
Right.
He absolutely was. When Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal were on the Lakers teams, who were the leaders? Derek Fisher, Rick Fox. Go back to right? We're talking Ace Green and James Worthy. Magic was the leader. Yes, Magic was the point guard and leader on the court, but the leaders of the team wasn't Magic.
No.
So just because someone's the star doesn't make them a leader. It means that it means they're scoring the most points. Leader. So this nonsense because Kevin Durant is scoring. Oh, that means he's leading the team. No, he's leading the team in scoring.
Right.
He's leading the team in scoring. Be clear. Finish the sentence. All right. He's leading the team. Finish the sentence. That is one of the knocks been on Carmelo Anthony. Oh, he ain't a leader. No, he's a scorer.
Right.
That's all he ever going to be. He's going, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Elvin Hayes, one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball, one of the greatest scorers ever. Let me tell you something. You did not want Elvin Hayes leading your team. Okay?
Right.
You
that
were
was
not
Wes
going
Unseld.
That's right.
And Earl of Pearl.
And Greavy. All right?
Right.
Elvin Hayes was out there for Elvin Hayes. And if you happen to win the game because Elvin Hayes was going out there for Elvin Hayes, that was just gravy for him. And that's not a knock on him. That was his mentality. It is what it is. So this nonsense that because some dude gets all the commercials on ESPN and Google and he's scoring a lot of points, oh, he's a leader. Listen, either learn something about basketball history or please shut up.
No, or just watch. You could tell who's leading who and how things work, within a team framework.
Yeah, and that's why Kevin Durant, everybody's been giving him talking about who's this Kevin Durant we suddenly see showing up. Because for whatever reason, he's from Baltimore. Cats from Baltimore are not the shy retiring types. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he's this cat from Baltimore, and everyone's like, oh, we didn't know he had that in him because he went to University of Texas. No, he's not Southern. He's from the East Coast. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the East Coast, so he's going to have a certain edge to him, but he is still a Robin. He will always be a Robin. Always. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a knock. But stop trying to tell me that he's a leader because he's not. That's not his personality. That's not his genetic makeup. He's not that dude that's going to be, yo, man, let's go get them. He's a dude that when somebody else says, he says, okay, I'm coming too. All right. But he ain't the one saying, yo, he ain't the first one out the door. He ain't the first one in the door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was ugly, Curry. Oh, well. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Chandler. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. And even him being from Baltimore, you could tell his edge as opposed to other guys who come from that area, like Carmelo, like Sam Cassell is from that area.
Muggsy Bogues. Man, listen, Stevie Francis. Come on, son.
Right. Right. You could tell that, he's a different kind of cat. Nothing, and like you said, nothing wrong with that. KD's won an MVP. He's won scoring titles. He's a phenomenal offensive player. I say he's a solid all around player. But he's not a leader.
Mr. Jones is back.
Yes.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I don't know what happened. I got disconnected somehow.
You sound. I can't even hear you.
You can hear me?
No, pull up to the mic, man. Put your mouth real close.
Okay.
We cannot hear you, bro.
Nah.
You sound like you underwater, way in the background, way away from the mic.
Oh my God, man. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. Is that
He
better?
got the phone on one side of the room and he on the other.
Nah, son, get out of here, man. Hello, is that better?
Nope.
No?
Hello?
Are you? Yeah, I'm here.
You sound still low. You don't sound clear like you did before.
Yeah. See, get you a Samsung. Stop messing with that damn iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Right. There you get him, Chandler. Get him.
Whatever. Whatever. You know, I don't have that.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, there we go. I don't have that phone. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Something's going on with this damn thing.
Yeah, okay. We criticized his phone and suddenly he came in real clear.
Whatever. Listen, we got our sister's a hater here, talking that Cobra Kai stuff, talking about haters, and that our man is going down. The Queen James reign is over. That type of talk from our third co-host here on In the Paint. She's here listening, so peace out there, Miss Ivy's here. But you're still a hater. You
What's
know.
up, sis?
Mm-hmm. Too bad you ain't joining us tonight. You know, but yeah, let me tell you something, man. I see. Here we go. Here we go. The hate for the man is just ridiculous. I hate that crap. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
What's up? Talk.
This generation or this era of I have to tear down player X in order to build up player Y.
Mm-hmm.
I find it so insulting as a sports fan, period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen. I will never be a fan of Michael Jordan ever. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that don't mean that I'm going to sit up here and say that as a shooting guard that there was that he is not probably an all-time history of the NBA top 1 or 2 as a shooting guard.
Right.
Now my preference is for big men, so my number one player will always be a big man, but that's my preference. You understand what I'm saying? That's not saying that if I was to take my preference out, I wouldn't put Jordan 1. But my preference is for big men. So that's why I'm always going to pick a big man number 1. But that, you know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate the fact that LeBron James is a unique and singular and generational talent. That doesn't mean that, you know, I got to sit up here and talk about he's better than this guy. Just appreciate these players for who they are. Stop denigrating other players to try to build up your guy when it's not necessary. You understand what I'm saying? You don't got to shit on one player so another player is good. That's not what sports is about. Yes, it's about comparison. Absolutely. And then it comes down to preference. I like my guy better than you. Why? Was I just like my guy?
Mm-hmm.
But I had more than that. I don't care. I like my guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Louis Orr fan. I love Louis Orr. Louis Orr was 6'9", weighed about 100 pounds. He will always be one of my favorite players. Okay, listen. He's probably 10,000th in the list on the list of great players in the NBA. I don't give a damn. All right. Louis Orr is my favorite player.
You know what's funny, Chandler? Hollop and our family, Lawrence. We love Lewis Orr too. We even made up a nickname for him. We called him Lubis.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm denigrating anybody else, man. And that's the problem is, and these all these ex-players that go out there and start doing this MJ better than that's first of all, it's not even a fair comparison. Number one, it's not a fair comparison. Michael Jordan was a 2 guard. He was asked to do different things than what LeBron James is being asked to do. So how the hell you gonna compare them? Okay. Right. It's nonsense, man. Stop it with this because you people sound ignorant and you sound like you have no knowledge of basketball history. Stop telling me some dude that just came on the scene, oh, he's the greatest thing since the history of basketball. I'm sorry. The NBA been around since the 20s.
Right. Right. That's like I think one of my relatives they said Curry and Klay Thompson are the best backcourt in NBA history. I said, I don't know about that yet, buddy. You know.
I have an answer to why this is happening.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead,
It's because the streets and the drug game has seeped into everything. It's you know, and in the streets, like everybody saw The Wire. You know, what did Cheese say to the dude at the end?
Oh,
he said they ain't no. He said there ain't no nostalgia to this shit.
Right.
You know, and that's how it is. It's like nobody cares. It only matters is who's ruling now. He said when so and so when Joe was around, I worked for him. You know, we saw what happened to him. Baller was around, I worked for him. Now, nigga, and then he got blasted. You know, but the point I'm making is that nobody cares about the past and the drug game and in the streets. All they care about is who's ruling now. And that's the reason why this stuff is happening, because a lot of that culture has seeped into all other aspects, seeped into basketball, football, hip hop, music. I mean, they do it in music now. Before now, you know, you can't have 2 R&B singers this good. It can only be 1.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's just the way it is. It's just that
great analogy.
Culture is seeped into everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I can see that, and I've never seen The Wire. Full disclosure, never seen one episode of that show. But I understand what you're saying because you're right, and that's the sad part about it is because without context, you can't talk to me. You can't really truly discuss anything without context, and the history of things gives you context. That's where knowledge comes from, by having context. People don't want to have knowledge; they just want to have fucking opinions.
And the crazy part about it is, you know, like it makes no sense, of course, but this is the logic. But why are you using terms that came before you was even on the scene? Like, I'm just using hip hop, right? If you don't want to acknowledge the past and acknowledge the people that came before you, then stop saying it. Stop calling it hip hop.
Right.
Call it something else, because you're using an old term. If you want to abandon the past, you want to abandon history, then come up with your own shit and don't call it anything related to anything that came before you.
Right.
But then they won't do that. You know, like people love to cherry pick.
All day. All day.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, especially if it proves their point. They'll it's like the people who like to hit you with the Bible verses. They'll pull one verse out the Bible that proves their point and ignore 17 that disproves it.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what you call right-wing Republican conservative ideology. It's like the perfect example of this is Sean Hannity. When Bush was in charge, he loved the Patriot Act, right?
Right.
The moment Obama became in charge, now all of a sudden he became a constitutionalist and against the Patriot Act.
Right.
So his principles and what he stands for is based on whether it's his guy or it's not his guy.
Right.
That type of person is a hack. And he's not the only one. It's like it used to be Republicans had the market on hack. Now the Democrats are hacks too.
Right.
Listen, everybody is, because what you just said applies to every freaking sports fan, basically. And I would love to say under the age of 40, but there's guys in their 50s and 60s who are sounding like that now. So literally, it's permeated our entire society. If it benefits my guy, I'm gonna pull out some stats that prove he's prove he's the one, and I'm ignore all the other stats involved.
Right. Just like Charles Barkley. How can you castigate LeBron James from going from team to team? He only moved twice though. But you did the same thing. You threw everybody under the bus publicly as you left to go to stack team to go to stack team. I don't know if he's senile or anything, but he seems to forget that he was the king of he was the king front runner.
You call him the king front runner.
Yeah, because most people, like you said, most people are hacks. They don't have any morals or principles or guidelines that they can take and apply to any situation.
Right.
So their guidelines depend on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It changes like the fucking weather.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what the perfect example of that is tonight? Yankees playing the Mets. Okay. Now, before the game, I'm on Twitter. No one's talking about the fact that pitchers have to bat. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Masahiro Tanaka's on third base. There's a sacrifice fly. He has to come home on the sacrifice fly. He scores, mind you. They take him out of the game because, as we all know who watch baseball, pitchers don't actually run anymore. So to ask them to run 90 feet is akin to asking me to run a marathon right now. Okay. I'm going to drop dead. So they take him out of the game because he got stiffness in his hamstrings. And you guys can just go on Twitter or look at anything that's or any Facebook page, and all you're going to hear is the National League and the DH is terrible for baseball. Oh my God, we got to change it. It's so awful. Oh God. That's all you're going to hear right now. Wow. But before the game, or had he scored and pitched further in the game, you wouldn't heard a fucking word from these people. But now, DH, the National League not having a DH is the worst thing in the history of sports.
Right.
Yep.
That and when the pitcher got hurt swinging the bat for the Mets.
Mm-hmm. It's called being a hack. Let me ask you a question. If Russia had helped Hillary Clinton get into office, would we be talking about Russia right now?
Nope.
Nope.
It's called being a hack.
Being a hack. Gotcha. Wow.
I'm against the Electoral College. Oh, the Electoral College voted me in the office? Oh, well, I'm for the Electoral College now.
Exactly.
Electoral College kept me out of office? Oh, we got to get rid of this Electoral College. Hey, come on,
man. Jesus, dude.
Right. Just like those same people who say they hate LeBron. If LeBron was on your team, you'd be loving him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. You already know that. That's what I'm.
See, I remember this because I remember when Michael Jordan went to play baseball. I remember this. Mm-hmm. And the Knicks had to play Chicago. And I said, a victory over Chicago without Michael Jordan is an empty victory to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I want the best player on your team, and I want to beat you with Michael Jordan. I don't look at that like, oh, Jordan's not playing now. We can win. Nah, come on, that's some punk shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why would you not want to beat the best?
Mm-hmm.
Well, mainly because I knew we couldn't beat him with him. Now I ain't gonna front. I did not. It was different beating the Bulls without Jordan. It didn't seem as fun or as significant. Right.
Yep.
But I'm not sorry he was gone.
Oh no, I'll take it. I ain't returning the victory. I'll take it. But it's just, to me, I would have loved it more if Jordan was playing. If Jordan was playing and we beat him, then that would have been even sweeter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why people, back then, I used to tell people all the time, I don't want Michael Jordan on the Knicks. Why you don't want him on your team? No, I want to beat him. I don't want him to join me. I want to beat him.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Just like we didn't want Reggie Miller. I don't want to fuck Reggie Miller.
There are some players who really are supposed to be where they are. You understand what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be anywhere else. And when I beat them, I need to beat them with that guy.
Right.
That's just how it is. Now, that's not for all players. And it's not like Reggie Miller is some all-time great. He's a really good player, although I still say to this day his sister was better. But
She was.
yes, she was to me. But Reggie Miller was the Indiana Pacers. That's what he was supposed to be. Playing against the New York Knicks. That's what he was supposed to be. And not for nothing, Mark Jackson really was supposed to be with the Indiana Pacers because that's really where he made his career. You know, that's just how it worked out, man. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't want you on my team. Go play with them so I can beat you.
Yep.
What the? Oh, okay, no wonder. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this guy in get this guy in this group, but
Yo, Rodney.
yes, sir.
If you have the show page open where you can see the chat room, do you have your thing on mute on the
Uh,
YouTube page?
no, I don't have a mute. Why? On the chat, I told my right?
No. Like on the YouTube page where you can see the chat room on the side, that page where you're actually watching the show. Is your mic muted on that?
Yes,
Or
it
is it
is.
open? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
If not, you're gonna get that double,
yeah, yes. I saw that earlier, so I figured I have to mute that. So I got that muted. So it's no problem. Everything is good. You know, I'm
Well,
trying
this is
to.
cool. How many people in the chat room?
We got a few. We got like about 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
know?
cool.
That's
Yeah,
good.
not too
We
bad.
appreciate
Not too
that.
bad for
But now
opening.
now y'all see what I was talking about. Like the Google
Yes.
Hangouts is what you send the people that's going to be on the show. The show
Mhm.
page is for the people that's listening to the show.
Gotcha.
Because
That's what I was looking.
you didn't send that out, so that's the reason why there weren't that many people there.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, I have to learn
Okay.
next time. It's all good.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Is that somebody kept I was emailing back and forth with somebody.
That was me.
Was that okay?
Yeah. Like I got the Google Hangouts. That was the first link that he
Mhm.
sent.
Right.
What I was looking for was a show page for the YouTube channel.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
I sent that out. I was doing it like while y'all was talking. I was just
Right.
putting it on all of the pages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Because I think I sent you a link for one of the old shows. I didn't know if that worked or not.
Mm.
Oh yeah, like if I go to the YouTube page, the live broadcast for some reason I don't know how that works, but the live broadcast doesn't show up if you just go to their YouTube channel.
Right. That's what I was trying to do earlier when
Yeah.
when I was leaving from work.
It won't show up actually on the channel until the show is over, and then it'll archive and come up on the
Right.
channel.
Right.
Okay.
Ah,
So you have to send the link out to like once you create the show and you get the page, you got to send the link out and post the link so that people know to go to that particular
Okay.
show.
All right. Well, I'll get that next time for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
have.
this is your first time, so you're doing pretty good.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Our
Thank you, brother, for all
our
your
brother.
help.
Yes, indeed. Our brother Kevin Williams might be joining us because he hit me up, so I'm trying to send him the link. So-
Now if you want him to come into the show like and talk like us, you got to send him the Google Hangouts link that you sent us
yeah, I just
all.
did.
Yeah.
I just did.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sent that from the Hangouts page. Hmm.
so question for you guys.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you guys even know who he is, but Anthony Bourdain committed suicide.
Right.
Yeah, that bugged
What?
me
Yeah.
out, man.
Well, not me, but
So he
It
committed
go
just
ahead.
suicide.
it bugged me out that he committed. Like I heard that he died, but and he was
Right.
61. But then they
Mhm.
said, "Oh, he committed suicide." Like committed suicide.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear that part.
Like what the hell was that about?
Exactly.
And the chick Kate Spade 2 days before him committed suicide also.
Right.
Who's
Yes.
that?
One
Um,
of these
Designer?
designers.
Yeah.
yeah, she's a designer.
Oh,
Well, Anthony Bourdain had rough life, history of substance abuse, which normally goes hand in hand with depression, things of that nature.
Mhm.
You know, and the thing is, if you ever watched any of his shows, man, this was a dude, man, who I've traveled or whatever in the service, but he introduced so many people to so many things.
mhm.
You know, it's just the let me see how I can say this. um, if you suddenly feel the need now because someone famous died, to start talking about suicide, and 2 days from now you ain't gonna be talking about it.
Right.
I really want you to just shut the fuck up.
Right.
Oh yeah, you know that just goes with the territory, man.
Mhm.
That's just the society that we live in. Nothing becomes an issue until it just happens. It's like this is microwave stuff. Like we'll be concerned about it for a few minutes, and then after that, we'll be on to the next one.
Basically.
That's just the way it is. It's like people are going to concentrate on it because, and the culture behind suicide has changed a lot. Like I remember when I was growing up, a person who committed suicide, nobody even like they were shamed. Like nobody talked about them and said, "Oh, this person." I'm like, no, you was a coward. You took your own life. But now that's changed now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's a good thing, because, and honestly, a lot of it is still there, especially in the black community. As a black male, it's hard to find other black males who are willing to listen to you when you start talking what you in your life, or maybe attempted to end your life.
You know what,
First
yo, fam? Just to
huh?
speak on that, if you got black men around you that you can't talk to, if you thinking about killing yourself, then you got the wrong fucking friends around you.
I know,
Yeah.
I
I
understand that,
can't I
but
can't think of anybody in my circle that I can't pick up a phone and call and speak to if something is bothering me, because like why? Like are we that so fucking hardcore that you can't let somebody know that you hurting?
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
still a pervasive thing in our community, especially among black men. And when
Yes.
you talk to this younger generation, they're regurgitating the same nonsense. They got to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't got to talk to nobody. And it's. I mean, yeah, it's gotten a lot better. It has. It's gotten 1,000% better. Trust me, and it's gotten
Mhm.
better. But we still have to go because people. What I saw on Twitter is a lot of people want to talk about, oh, you can't call suicide selfish. Listen, suicide is selfish. Okay?
Yep.
It is selfish because in that moment, you're not thinking about your family, your friends, or anybody else. You're thinking about the pain you're in and the fact that you want to end it.
Mhm.
Okay. That doesn't, however, mean that I can use the word selfish to beat you over the head.
Right.
That's the problem. The problem with saying it's selfish is that selfish is used as a pejorative, is used as a hammer to put people down instead of saying, okay, it is a selfish act, but what can I do to do so that when you get into that moment, right? What can I do to give you 1 second of pause to say, you know what, maybe I don't want to do this because there are people that matter to me, because I do matter to somebody, whatever it is, so that yes, again, suicide inherently is a selfish act. It is. Those are just facts. But it doesn't mean it's a negative thing, because not for nothing, self-care and self-love is a selfish act. Getting out of a poor relationship because it's not good for you is a selfish act. Being selfish is not a negative thing. It's how it's being used. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that's really bugging me with this whole thing, because you got people, everybody, oh, you're selfish, selfish, selfish. Man, shut the hell
I
Oh man.
remember when Chris Benoit killed
Oh
himself
man.
and Chris Benoit, and I told Ronnie before this, Chris Benoit was my favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not
Yep.
talking about like there's people that I find more entertaining, like The
Mm.
Rock and Ric Flair and them, but in terms of in-ring wrestling,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
anybody was as good as
Nah.
Chris Benoit.
He was one of the
Exactly.
best.
And so when he did that, I was like, God damn, man. And what made it so sad for me is that it the way that he did it, now they don't even acknowledge him.
yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't, and I don't get mad at the WWE because, you know, it is what it like. I wrote an article about it actually like years ago, and I said the title of my article was "He Threw It All Away." Like he made that choice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you got to deal. You know, your legacy has to deal with the ramification of that choice.
Right.
You can't expect them to honor you after that, and they don't honor him. They don't even acknowledge him, and I just think it's sad because he was so good at
Right.
what he did. So
Yeah.
that's a rough one, man. That subject is really
You can say that again.
rough.
Quite heavy. Mm-hmm. Quite heavy indeed, man.
I saw somebody come on looking like the angel of death or something. Who was that?
Yeah.
Like with a hoodie on or something? Like what? I'm like, who the hell was that coming in?
Oh, that might have been Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might have been
As
Kevin.
long as you know him, I'm like, damn, the death showing up to the damn.
Well, we are talking about suicide, right?
Exactly. Make perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
He
that was
did.
Kevin. I think that's
He
you know.
did like a pinhead. You called,
Yeah,
I came.
exactly. And that was basically about it. You know what I mean? Hmm. Now let me ask you guys another question. I know I have to probably break out soon because I got a long day at work tomorrow, unfortunately. However, let me ask you guys, what's up with this anthem stuff, man? You got this guy Trump saying shit.
What is there something? Is there something new this came out that I don't know
I,
about? What?
I mean, what did he say something about? He was talking about some bullshit like about handing out pardons. He was asking which NFL players who should he pardon. Something to that extent. It was just really asinine, you know. And I'm
I
like,
hope
this.
one of them say. I hope one of them say Asada Shakur, Mumia. Can you
Mm,
pardon them?
mm.
If
Wait,
not, shut up.
Trump asked what?
He asked the NFL players if they wanted somebody pardoned. Who did they want to have pardoned?
Man,
Was he joking or like
No,
was he?
he
no,
did. You know he was serious with his bullshit.
Exactly.
no. He's on a pardon kick right now.
Right.
Um,
Because it went
talking
over
about he's going to
good.
pardon Muhammad Ali when Muhammad Ali doesn't need to be pardoned. But
Right, you
um,
idiot.
This is stuff, and also isn't pardoning stuff that people usually do when they're exiting office?
Yeah.
Mm.
Is that why he's
yeah,
doing it? Like, is that a symbol or something?
well, because he's setting up. He said he's going to pardon himself if he's ever convicted, but that's a whole different conversation. Um, my problem with the NFL is real simple. Um, I'm not going to support players who don't want to stand up for themselves.
Okay.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what Donald Trump says or does. I don't care what the NFL owners do or say at this point, because I have a league full of black athletes who are not willing to fight for their own rights, but they want me to. Okay.
Mm.
I
Mhm.
have a league full of black players who don't want to stand up and do anything because all they have to do, and let's be real clear here, all they have to do, first game of the season, nobody comes out of the locker room. Now, first of all, they can't cut all of you. Matter of fact, they ain't gonna cut none of you. They ain't gonna cut none of you because the
Right.
game is starting and y'all ain't on the field. You have the power to do something. I don't, you know what?
Mhm.
Fuck you, Malcolm Jenkins. All right. You took a check
Mhm.
and now you want to talk about, well, I'm working with the law enforcement and the lawmakers. You know what? I'm not trying to hear from you, Malcolm Jenkins. Shut up. You sold out.
Mm.
You sold out for a check.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to hear from I don't want to hear from the NFL players. I don't hear from Malcolm Jenkins. I don't hear from Chris Long. I don't hear from none of you. Okay. I hope Donald Trump destroys the entire fucking NFL. I really do. Because that's what they deserve. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're a bunch of cowards.
Mm.
Well, we'll know when that first game starts, that first
Yeah.
season,
We'll see
because
who's who.
I personally the staying in the locker room. That's one. If everybody stayed in the locker room, that'd be powerful. Definitely.
Right.
You know, what would be even more powerful if all of them came out and took a knee,
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
because that would be the ultimate fuck you.
Basically.
But all of them would have to do it.
Hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that all of them won't do it.
Right.
No.
Right.
So I
No.
agree with you, man. I agree with you. If you don't want to
Mhm.
stand up for yourself, if you want to be a punk and let them punk you, then hey,
They
don't
have
expect
one of
no
the
support from me.
they have one of the weakest player unions out of all the sports, team sports. Their player union is garbage.
Management friendly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like when management and union is cozy, because management and union are always supposed to be a confrontational relationship,
Mm-hmm.
hostile relationship. If you going out to tease and drinking and having a good time with union and management, that's a bad thing,
Right.
as far as I'm
Right.
concerned.
Great.
Right. I just I was gonna post it in the group when I get a chance. I just saw a article on them and the the thing they set up for after what happened with Ray Rice. They set up something, to be aware and to speak up for abused women and abusive relationships and all that thing. The person they appointed to be the head of it, she said they've had like 3 meetings in regards to that, and the NFL doesn't has showed that they don't care about that situation at all.
Of course not.
Oh,
They don't. The NFL doesn't even care about its own damn players. How come
Right,
the NFL hasn't taken those Vikings helmet and made it mandatory for all the players to wear it?
because they don't care.
because because they understand that for whatever reason, football players are sheep. They truly are sheep. Um, they will do what you tell them to do. If you tell a football player run full speed in that wall and keep doing it till I tell you to stop, the football player will do it. A
Right.
basketball player is gonna look at you like, oh, okay, I can jump over the wall. I'm not running into it. A baseball player says, dude, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay. Outside of hockey players, football players are the players who will so often fall in line and do things that are against their own best interests.
Right.
It's amazing to me. They will do things against their own best interests and won't bat an eye. I'm still trying to figure out how that works, man.
Crazy shit. Yeah.
I was thinking about something recently in regards to, since y'all mentioned Donald Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that it's a far out conspiracy, but is it possible that Kanye West is a super genius?
In what
No.
way?
Maybe this whole pro-Trump thing is all a part of his grand scheme to get these people out of jail.
Hey.
What people?
Like he just recently, like his wife just recently got a nonviolent drug offender out of jail, a black woman
Right.
who's a
That was in the
grandmother.
that was in the works
Mm-hmm.
before she ever met him. Because pardons don't happen that fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, okay, he wakes up today and says, I'm a pardon such and such. That's not how it works. It takes months for something like that to happen. It really does. It's not an instantaneous thing. So that was
Right.
in the works long before she showed up.
Oh, so that was just window dressing.
Yeah, it was a photo op. It was a
Right.
photo op
That was a photo
that
op.
allows you now. They can talk. You know what? Again, it's the stupidity of people and who don't take the time to understand how the legal system works. Okay, listen. Right now, if you were locked up right now, okay, you were in prison, right, convicted of something, and somebody came forward and they could prove that that person was the person who committed the crime that you're in jail for. You know, it will still take a week to get you out of jail. It will still take a week.
Wow.
At the minimum, that's at the minimum to get you out of jail.
Unless you got money.
And then it's still 48 hours. So we're going from 2 days to a week at minimum to get you out of jail because you got to wake up a judge. The judge has to review everything. Then the judge got to sign this. Then they got to send it to the jail. Then the warden has to do this. Then they got to schedule your release. Then they got to put you through a physical. Then they got to let you go. They got to get you all your stuff. They got to listen, man. That shit is not instantaneous, man. Unfortunately, I know way too much about the criminal justice system, unfortunately. Okay. So trust me on this one. All right. It's not instantaneous.
Right.
Well, all they did was use her to legitimize him.
Right.
And all the sheep who follow her are now gonna, and not you, Holla, not you, but the sheep who follow her. Oh well, Trump can't be that because I've seen it already.
Yeah,
People of color,
we're doing
well,
that.
can't be that bad if he released this woman. Really?
And it just goes to show you the culture that we're living in right now, which is straight up celebrity culture.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
You know,
it.
it ain't that Trump probably never even heard of this woman.
No.
You know, it's like the fact that Kim Kardashian is involved, then that automatically puts it as an important, to do for him because
Right.
she's a celebrity. You know, it's like, oh my God. But like I said, it's things are the way that they should be, man. He should be president because this is the type of society we live in now. He's a reflection
Yeah.
of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Amen.
He's not an aberration as people try to make it out. The only people that say that Trump is an aberration is people that live in a bubble, and it's usually those rich white Democrats
Mm.
who live in a bubble and think that make America great again. America's already great. Yeah, great for you, nigga.
Exactly.
Y'all should have seen where I worked. It was beautiful. All
Oh,
those faces who were Democrats.
Yeah, because they you know what? Let's not get into that. We done been down that road. Let's talk
Right.
about something else.
Right. Hey,
oh boy. That's
can I since we talking entertainment, can we talk about Drake and Pusha T?
Oh, good
oh
God.
man, please wait. Before you do, can you please explain this because I am so out of the loop. Anytime I see these posts, I roll my eyes. I'm like, what the hell is this about? I
I'm
have
out of
no
the loop
idea.
too, Rod.
Yeah, it's to
I'm
the
out of
point
the
where I
loop.
don't even get
And
it. But
I heard the record,
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
You
heard
heard
it.
both records or the three records that were made?
Three? No, I heard the Pusha T record.
Okay.
Pusha made two.
Oh, he did. I only heard one of
Yeah.
them. I only heard one
Yeah.
of them. I really don't care. I mean, this stuff is like, what is it? I don't get the whole vibe behind it. I'm not into the I don't know shit about Drake. I don't know shit about Pusha T. So their
Right.
beef
Okay.
with each other, I don't even understand because I don't know what it's all about.
Right.
Right.
So
Okay.
And for me,
whatever.
if listen, Kumo D and LL Cool J, that was beef. All right.
Right. Yes,
That was
sir.
beef. Ice
Nas and
T,
Jay-Z was beef.
that was beef. Nas and then Jay Z, that was beef. Listen, we can go back in the day. That was beef with you know what I'm saying, where cats lyrically was pulling your card. All right,
Yeah.
this nonsense.
Ice
Oh,
Cube and
Drake got a baby out
NWA.
of wedlock. I don't give a damn if he got a kid. That's what you call pulling somebody's card. Oh, you got a son out of wedlock. So do you, motherfucker. What's your point?
Yeah, that's a source of shame in the black community now.
Right.
Come on.
That's a source of shame. Wow, there's a lot of shameful niggas out here.
Man,
Exactly.
listen. He slept with a porn star.
So did
Okay.
you.
What's your point?
That's a source of shame.
Right.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's to me, it's nonsense. This push because the stuff that people talk about. Oh, he got him. He said he had a son of wedlock. They slept with a porn star. If that's what you call getting somebody, you have no
Right.
concept of getting somebody. Okay, getting somebody is when I talk about how. Listen, what your girl, what drawers your girl wear. Okay, what she look like in the shower. All right, how I was eating. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, that pair of sneakers you found under the bed, those were mine.
Right.
Or like when LL told Ice T, he said, "Yo, I took your album cover to the bathroom." Not because your music was hot, it's because your girl was hot.
Exactly. Yo, I'm telling
Like
you.
there's some hard hitting like
Mhm.
No Vaseline is a diss.
Oh, that
Yes.
was cold.
You know, Common and Cube that was a diss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see the bitch in you.
But it's just amazing to me because I'm just like just like Chandler. But just like he said, it was like, yo,
Oh, Rodney's
Yeah, you
audio
faded
is
in and out.
messing up. Did
Yeah,
he
his
get cut
iPhone.
off?
Yeah, his iPhone's acting up again.
But yeah, man,
Yeah,
it was to me, it was much to do about nothing. I didn't really even like I think the last diss song I heard was before that was Mace dissing Cameron
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
oh yeah, that was a yawn.
right. I
That
mean,
was a yawn.
I don't know. Hip hop now, man, is just I don't know. It's soft. I mean, I think the last truly real serious thing I heard was the Joe Budden stuff with some of the cats he was going at in Jersey.
Right.
Most of them I'd never heard of, but you know, whatever.
Hmm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it is what it is, and at least it's at least when they came at him, they came. You know what I'm saying? They came with real shit versus this. I don't know what the hell it is they do now because most of these like push. First of all, your name is Pusha T. I can't take you seriously right now. I can't take you seriously. All right. Then I'm hearing about some dude, oh, Jay Prince down in Houston. Okay, I can't take you seriously because you're from Texas. I'm not trying to hear you some thug record label producer that I've never heard of in Houston. All right. Only cat I know from Houston with any credibility to me is Scarface.
Well, he's the guy behind Scarface.
Okay. Again, never heard of him. Just saying. I'm just
No,
saying, man.
it's all good.
Cats, cats that whose name ring bells,
Hmm.
they name ring bells. His name don't ring no bells for me. So I'm supposed to take you seriously. I'm supposed to take some dude named Pusha T seriously. Really? Come on.
And what's the beef about?
I don't even know how it started.
Yeah, see, that's I can't get into it and say, "Ooh, he got him." If I don't even know what the hell the beef is, what is going on? Like, why is one person against the other?
I have no idea.
That's the problem.
I have no idea. But I could tell you one of the really good last good diss records was when Jizza got 50 Cent in the whole G Unit. He got them really good.
I did like when Little Kim dissed Nicki Minaj. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, she got her.
I actually don't like when the female rappers go at each other because it's not enough of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That really get the publicity and the following. So to me, I hate that because listen, let's be honest. In hip hop, the amount of female rappers that's out there that actually even get their name out there is small. To me, they need to really be like, listen, we got to stick together because shit, we all we got.
Hmm.
Did R get cut? Because if he
Yeah,
did, how are we still on the air?
no, he back.
Nah, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
No, he just came back on that iPhone.
That's gonna be the theme of the night, or you and the iPhone.
Had to get that One Plus. That
oh,
One
y'all so
Plus
fucking crap.
6.
How long ago you switched, or
Yo,
hello? How
yeah.
long has it been since you went to the iPhone?
Listen, let's not go there. We're not.
No. I'm not joking. I'm having, serious conversation with you,
Yeah.
brother. How long has it been since you switched to the iPhone?
See, that's how much that shows you how much you know. I am no longer with iPhone. I switched over.
You switched
So,
back?
so yes, and now I'm thinking about going back to the iPhone at this point. I'm not even on the phone, so I'm on my computer. What the hell y'all talking about?
Listen. Stop using that bootleg dude down the street for your Wi-Fi. All right, and go ahead and get you that Spectrum.
I have Optimum online, sir. Stop. Knock it off.
Stop tapping off. Listen. Stop plugging in your neighbor's Wi-Fi, man. You know how that goes.
Oh my God, y'all are silly, man. Y'all are silly. You know what I mean? I got no comment. Our other co-host says, next topic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. How about some boxing or some baseball?
Oh
Yeah,
yes, it's a fight coming up, right? It's a fight coming up.
Yeah. Terrence Crawford fights Jeff Horn tomorrow on ESPN Plus. I don't know if it's on ESPN.
Well, I think that's the end of Jeff Horn. That's the bottom line. That's what it sounds like to me. Jeff Horn. I mean, I can't put it any more clear than that. You know what I'm saying? Because he got lucky with the Pacquiao, the aging old ass Pacquiao. He got lucky with that, and he got a gift because, in my view, but I tell you right now, you going against this guy Crawford, it's going to be a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? So, is Horn's belt on the line for this?
Yeah. Belts are on the line.
Yeah, well, Terrence Crawford got a new belt coming. After early Sunday morning, he got a new belt. And this is going to be the end of Jeff Horn and his boxing career. That's just it. It's going to be the end. That's it. You ain't gonna hear no more from this guy after this ass whipping he's gonna take. I'm serious. I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford's gonna put it on him so bad. Jeff Horn will not want to get in a boxing with another black brother in his life. I'm telling you, he's gonna be fighting. He'll be fighting Asians, Philippines, and that. That's it. That's what he'll be fighting. He ain't gonna get another brother. That's gonna be the end of that. Period.
Well, if he's fighting on ESPN Plus, no one's gonna see it because listen, I don't know anybody that's paying for that garbage.
No, you better believe that too. You better
blame that on Bob Arum's dumbass.
Yeah, I know it's only $5.99. Listen, ESPN ain't getting 99 cents from me. I'm not paying for a damn network I can watch for free. What's wrong with you?
I don't know why people deal with Bob Arum. What is he? Is he connected or something?
Yes, he is.
That's what it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Bob Arum is very
go. Why don't he just go? Go away.
No.
He made him an offer they can't refuse.
Right.
Listen, in boxing, we all listen. We can try to listen. Bob Arum knows where everybody's body is buried, including some we don't know about. So if he wants done, that fight gonna get made.
Yeah.
Now, another fight. What's that in September? It's supposed to be Canelo against my man, the Magic Man. Yeah. That's
I want to see that.
Against who?
Canelo
and Danny Jacobs.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? And from what I hear, Jacobs like, I'm gonna win that fight. I like to see him win. I'm not gonna front.
Right.
I think Jacobs is underrated. He don't get the props that he should. I think he's a very good boxer. Dare I say, I think that that fight against Triple G with Jacobs, that could have went the other way easily. Because even though Triple G rocked him, but Jacobs was making his comeback. He was making it. To me, he was making it tightly contested boxing match, man. Some people feel that he won. You know what I'm saying, because of that second half comeback.
Right.
So.
Right. Plus, Oscar De La Hoya said the Triple G Canelo fight for right now that's off the table.
Right.
Oh,
and
well.
Might not revisit it.
I feel there's no need to. It ain't like the second one's gonna be any better than the first one was.
Right.
Well, maybe Canelo get steroids. You never know.
Now,
what'd you say, Chandler?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said maybe Canelo will get better steroids.
Oh man, horrible,
Ones
man.
that's not detectable.
Right? It's horrible. Now I just want to know what the beef was. It was over the purse split, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? Was that what it was?
Something like that. Yeah, yeah, I think so.
So let me guess. Triple G wanted the lion's share, and how? Yo, first of all, how you gonna?
No, Canelo wanted the lion's share.
Okay, it should have been 50-50. I don't think.
They wanted like a 60-40 split.
I mean,
But that's
that's not
about right.
bad.
That's about
Is that
right
about right?
because Canelo's coming off the whole steroid suspension. You don't
Mhm.
get 50% at that point because the reason anybody's coming now is Triple G.
Exactly. It's right. Okay. Okay. But you were saying that Canelo wanted 60 instead of 50.
Oh wow, no hell no.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, I mean, I think it should be 50. I mean, I understand Triple G's a draw and everything like that, but if you really look at the body of work between the two boxes, it definitely Canelo should get 50% at very least, maybe 55. You know what I'm saying? I can't give Triple G all that. Nah, negative. I can't see him coming off too much more than 50%. You know what I'm saying? He's a big name and everything, but he's fought nobody but bumps for the most part. He's fought bumps. You know what I'm saying? Taxi drivers, barbers, street vendors, that type of fighters he's been fighting for most of his career to build up that name. Huh? Yeah. He's been
Yeah.
padding his record against the bums for the most part of his career. At least Canelo went in there with Floyd. He went in there against Austin Trout. He went in there against some pretty top contenders. I'll give him that. And I'm no fan of Canelo. Okay, but at least I'll give his resume a bit more respect than this Triple G ball.
Yeah, but Triple G is is who they're gonna sell a fight off of because listen,
He's a big name.
especially in this climate, we're gonna sell a white guy. Come on.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and that's 100% correct. I totally agree with you on that. It shouldn't be, but but that's just what it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why. What's the guy they put in the top? Lomachenko. They trying to sell Lomachenko. He only been in 12 fights. I can't put you as a pound for pound champion.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Exactly.
You number one? And they want to rank him number one. No, I can't do that.
Nah. No way. And how many fights professionally has he had? Like what? Less than 15?
Less
Come
than
on.
15.
They need to stop that bullshit. They need to stop that bullshit. It's ridiculous. I'm
It's
just like,
unfortunate, It
mhm.
really is because he's a talented fighter, and
Yes,
Oh
and
yeah.
I hate to see them do people like that. It's like I said, it's that Ronda Rousey Eminem shit. It's like stop hyping people up, man, because you make me not like them.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
you make me not like them. You make me hate them. It's like just stop it with that bullshit.
I mean, he's a talented fighter, but he's not. There's no wow to him. You know what I'm saying? There's no wow factor. Now, if after 15 fights there was a wow factor, I could absolutely see you saying he's number one because it was like Mike Tyson. After like 3 Mike Tyson fights, listen, ain't nobody better than Mike Tyson. He only fought 3 times. I don't care. Ain't nobody better than him. You know?
Did you see what he did to his eye socket?
So,
Right.
what has Lomachenko really done? That makes you be, what? That dude is like, wow.
My dude, check this out. Here's the funny thing. Didn't he just have a fight against Linares, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
That was his
Recently.
last
And,
fight, right?
yeah, last fight.
That was
And
his last fight.
Linares put him on his ass. Even
Yeah.
though
Mhm.
Lomachenko had to come back and win. But see, and I'm not sure what Linares is ranked, but I'm just saying he got put on his ass.
Right.
hmm
Right. That's not supposed to happen.
There you go. Thank you.
Especially when you're saying you're the greatest defensive boxer of all time.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I think Floyd, Willie Pep, and Sweet Pea have something to say about that.
Sure. Yeah.
Even Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. after like 10 fights, you knew he had the it factor. You know, you can start projecting. Oh yeah, he gonna be. Oh, he's already number one. I don't care what you say. This dude, come on, man. I don't actually see a boxer in any weight class right now that truly wows me.
Right.
I don't see one.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a Errol Spence or a Crawford.
No, they don't wow me. But again, I'm
Have you
old and I'm
seen Spence?
yeah. I've seen Spence. I haven't seen Crawford.
You
Okay.
never
Yeah,
seen
I
Crawford.
think you need to check. Well, Spence and Crawford is probably the only two that I can think of that would fall under that category.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Chandler. Crawford is like a Swiss Army knife because he can fight orthodox, southpaw. He can be a puncher or he can be a defensive fighter. He does it all.
Okay.
Yeah, Crawford's good and Spence is good. I like those two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully they fight in like 2019.
I hope
That,
so,
'Cause-
man. We need something.
yeah, for sure. Definitely something.
Yeah. See,
Cause I'm
that's
tired of
where those
boxing.
of us,
Oh man.
well,
Wow.
those of us that say boxing is dead, that's what we mean. No, the sport of boxing is not dead. But boxing was a thing that some little old lady in Topeka, Kansas knew who the heavyweight champion of the world was.
Right.
Okay. This is a woman who went to church every day. You understand what I'm saying? Did bake sales, this, that, and the third. Knew nothing about sports. But if you
Right.
said Muhammad Ali, she said, oh, I know who that is. You understand what I'm saying? That's not boxing anymore, man. And
right.
and that's why we say boxing is dead because oh, I mean, listen, football has always been large, baseball's America's pastime, but boxing was king. Okay, when you were the heavyweight champion of the world,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you could go to Papua New Guinea, okay, to a tribe that had just been discovered who didn't speak English or any other language. They knew who you were.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And that's why you can love him or hate him, but Floyd knew and understood boxing, man. When he would put on organize a fight, it was an event,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
And that's just that sense of that showmanship and stuff. It's just I don't know. I don't see that on the horizon. I
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
don't. I don't see that type of personality on the horizon that's going to bring in those big bucks.
right.
Right.
Because
I
that's
mean,
what you
Wilder,
need. It's not just the boxing skill. Yeah, you need boxing skill and you got to be good, but there's another factor that raises it to that next level.
Yeah.
yeah,
You gotta
Right.
have a personality. You gotta
yep,
be charismatic. You gotta sell yourself and sell to the crowds.
yep.
Indeed.
Wilder has the personality, but he's trash. I'm sorry, he's trash. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
If he
That's another.
had
Uh-huh.
any
Uh-huh.
boxing skill at all, you understand? If he had any boxing skill,
Right.
I think Wilder could be that guy. I really do, because the personality is there. The
Right.
showmanship is there. The ability to sell boxing is there. He can
hmm
put whole sentences together. He's a decent looking dude. You understand? He's a big guy. You know, he got the
Mm.
long arm. He's got the package, except his fight game is trash.
And that's going to be a problem for him.
Mm-hmm. You better believe it.
Hold on, fellas.
Huh?
Hold on a
Right.
second.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm about to send send a link out to our sister. She'll be joining us soon. Hopefully, I got the email right. So I can send her a link.
Yeah.
You
But
guys know heard about Otani, right?
What
yeah.
about?
He is on the disabled list with a grade 2
Oh,
tear of the ulnar collateral ligament.
Ooh.
Oh boy, really?
Yeah.
So now, what's the deal with that? Out for the year? What's going on?
Grade
Out for
two.
the year, bro.
No, what they say they're gonna reevaluate in 3 weeks. But grade
Oh.
two, okay, grade three is a full tear.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a partial.
Yes, but grade one is a small tear.
Right.
Grade two is a significant tear, and grade three, damn ligament's gone.
Right.
So you know what? It's kind of like when Jordan Montgomery went on to disable us with the flexor tendon, and I said to you, yeah, he's going for the year. That's going to be Tommy John.
Right. I meant to hit you back, but they just had me at work
Yeah.
crazy. I meant to hit you back, Chandler, on that,
I'm gonna
and I
call
was
it.
gonna say you called it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Shohei Ohtani is going to get cut on. He's going to be out for the year, and then
Wow.
you're going to hit all the people who were hating on him trying to be a pitcher and a batter. Talk about, oh, see, this is why we said we couldn't do it. But here's something nobody ever talks about. Look at every Japanese pitcher that has come to the United States and played in the Major League Baseball.
Right.
Every one of them has wound up having Tommy John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does
Because
Tanaka have?
he's got a grade one tear of the ulnar collateral ligament.
Right. And he hasn't had it operated on, and he just deals with it.
Right, and that's why if you noticed, Tanaka really doesn't throw his fastball anymore.
Right.
He just throws a splitter and he throws breaking balls now because he puts less stress on his arm that way.
Right.
In Japan, they throw a lot, but they only pitch once a week. They pitch once a week. In the American League, you might throw less, but you're pitching every fifth day,
Mm-hmm.
which is adding actually more stress to your arm than less. And until Major League Baseball goes to a six-man rotation, Japanese pitchers that come over here will wind up with Tommy John because there has not been one Japanese pitcher that has come to the United States that has not wound up having Tommy John surgery. Not one.
Damn.
Well, that's crazy. Chandler, what do you think about who the Yankees picked in the draft?
They drafted some kid who's a switch pitcher, switch hitter. I thought that was kind of neat. But the baseball draft in and of itself, honestly, is such a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Because you can draft a kid at 16 who has all the ability in the world and he never makes it to the major leagues. You can draft a dude who everybody swears won't make it past A ball and he becomes a Hall of Famer.
Right.
There really is no way to judge a baseball draft.
Mm-hmm.
You have to judge
Like
a team's draft literally 10 years later.
Right.
10 years from now, we'll look back at this draft class and we'll see who got some decent players.
Right. And I know Major League Baseball is trying to do what the NBA and the NFL, the popularity of their draft, they want to, it's all about the bottom line, them trying to make money. And I've never seen a Major League draft. I don't know when it comes on. I knew about this year though, and I read some things, but ain't nobody checking for the Major League Baseball draft.
No, because the players, okay, they'll draft the guy and then you won't hear his name again for 3 years.
Right.
But some international player, they'll sign him tomorrow. He'll be in the major leagues next week.
Yep.
So baseball has to decide how they're going to handle it. Because to me, if you're going to start drafting these kids, then you got to bring them up, or don't televise the draft, televise the international draft. Have an international draft, televise that, because honestly, those are the guys you're going to see sooner rather than later.
True.
Yeah. Well, I see this game is over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 89-67. It's a wrap.
10 minutes left in the fourth
It's a
quarter.
Ah, boy, it's a wrap. I don't know, man. I'm highly disappointed. What can I say? They couldn't even get one game on their home. Not one. This is embarrassing right now.
It's not because you know what? The better team won. The
Mhm.
problem is all the LeBron James nonsense that's going to come out of it. That's why I said to you guys before, I really didn't want him to go to the finals because if he
Right.
wins, I got to hear that nonsense, LeBron MJ. If he
Right.
loses, you know what we're going to have to do for the next 3 weeks? LeBron,
Right.
Queen James.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, J.R. Smith got a technical just for being stupid already. You know what I'm saying? He called the foul. He gonna punch the ball out of bounds. Why,
Exactly.
J.R.?
Yeah.
Because
Why?
J.R. Smith, and that's what he does.
And also remember that his name is Earl. Don't call him Jr.
It's
Yeah, that's
Earl
right.
being Earl. Earl
Earl,
being Earl.
you know, my name is Earl. Worst TV show I ever saw. Worst basketball player.
Oh man. Well, like I said, I'm not a Golden State fan. That's for sure. So this kind of this deflates me just a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh, KD said he's staying in Golden State. That was a
Yeah,
statement
Of
made
course,
recently.
a
of course he
weekend
is.
punk. That's a punk move. He a punk. He a punk.
Why is it a punk move? Why? Why is that?
He's a punk, bro.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. So when management builds a super team, that's okay. When the Boston Celtics traded for Robert Parrish
And
to
then
make their
Kevin McHale.
right, it was okay. But that's my only problem with people killing him is when management does it. Oh, that's just so smart. It's just so great.
He's a
Wow.
savvy
Oh
GM.
my God, that's the greatest thing in the world. Though the management when the does it, it's terrible. Oh my God, it's awful. Oh God, it's destroying the sport.
Sir,
Seriously,
sir, the only
what's the
reason why I'm gonna tell you right now, the only reason why I didn't like that move is because this is a man that could, if he performed his job, he would have beat the team he joined that following off season. I think it's just a real pussy move by him. That team didn't really need him. He didn't need to go there. You know what I'm saying? So you already had a great team. You're joining a 73 win team. You
yes,
know, come on, man. That was some real weak shit right there by him. I don't care what anybody says. To me, the shit was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to be in the spotlight. So he came out the spotlight. He wanted to be, incognito up in Golden State. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
So I don't respect that. I don't respect that. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, he didn't want to play with Russell Westbrook. Let's be clear. He didn't want to play with Russell Westbrook, jacket ass. All right. He didn't want to play with Russell Westbrook, running up and down the damn court, jacking up 40-foot threes, talking about I'm Russell Westbrook. Ooh, look at me. Listen, man. I get what you're saying. I don't have a problem with it. And the reason I don't have a problem with it is very simple.
Uh-huh.
I like when players have control. I like when
Right.
the employees take control of their situation. I will never side with management. And I'm not a
Right.
union guy. I'm not a union guy because as a contractor, I had to work with New York City Transit. They made me hate because I'm some lazy damn. Don't even get me started on New York City Transit. Anyway,
Right.
I will never side with management over the players. And anytime I hear people criticizing these things, all I hear is people taking management's side. I get what you're
Right.
saying. You're like, oh, if you can't beat them, don't join them. I get that. But my motto is, man, I'm Kevin Durant. I'm going to make money. I ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame because I got a Hall of Fame talent. Box checked off. What's the only box I got to check off? Winning championships. Well, hell, man. Let me just go on over here and get me 2-3 of these things.
And then Chandler, you got to look at Golden State. They said they probably, they went tooth and nail with LeBron in Cleveland. So adding him just equalized things for them last year. You know,
And without Kevin Durant, they don't beat the Houston Rockets. Let's be honest. Without Kevin Durant, they don't get it. Whether Chris Paul gets hurt or not in that game, they probably lose in 5. They probably lose without him. So ever since they didn't need him, yeah, they really did. Because the Houston Rockets would have beaten the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors didn't have Kevin Durant. They probably would have beaten them in 5 games.
That's true. All right, I'll give you that. But I'm just saying, still, if you can't beat them, join them. That's my thing. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of that at all. I'm sorry. That's something I just can't get past. You know what I mean? That's just maybe a fault within me, but I can't get past that, man. I'm like, nah. You know, that shit don't fly in my backyard, dude. I'm like, nah, this guy, he stay softy cakes, man.
Well, and let's be honest, as we said earlier, Kevin Durant is not the leader of anything. He wants to be. You know what? Kevin Durant is probably going to go down as the greatest complimentary player in the history of the NBA.
Well said. I agree with that. Well said. Well said.
He's a side piece.
Yeah.
Yes. But you can't win without him.
Right.
Well said. I'm gonna see if our sister can join. I sent her the link again, see if she comes up. See what happens. Hopefully, she'll be able to participate.
And the beauty of Warriors winning for me is whenever they talk about the Warriors, they have to start mentioning Rick Barry, Keith Wilkes, and Nate Thurmond.
Yes.
They have to mention those guys. They have to mention the Baron Davises and the Steven Jacksons.
Yes, sir.
I was and even going back to Wilt, you know what I'm saying? They have to talk about the history of this franchise. So guys' names get mentioned that otherwise, honestly, would never get mentioned. People don't realize how great an NBA big man Nate Thurmond was. Because he played he played for the Warriors, the San Francisco Warriors, who then became the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
People forget that this man even played the game. They forget that Rick Barry. Listen, everyone was talking about his sons. The 3 of his sons together aren't as good as their father was.
Right.
I agree.
Rick was an assassin.
What? You want to talk about? Everybody talking about Steph Curry? Listen, Rick Barry shoots Steph Curry out the gym.
Right, and also just Rick Barry himself. He was a dick.
Yes, he was.
He was anti-establishment.
Rick Barry
they didn't like him.
Yeah, he didn't. They didn't.
NBA didn't like him. That's why he played a lot of his career in the ABA or some of his career in the ABA because of his personality.
Yep,
indeed.
And they don't talk about him near enough because I keep Steph Curry, greatest shoot. Listen, I will put my life on Rick Barry out shooting Steph Curry right now. Okay, that's how good Rick Barry was.
Right. Just like I said earlier, I like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I can't. They are a Hall of Fame backcourt, but I can't say they better than Clyde and they're not better than Clyde and Pearl. They're not better than Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars yet.
They're not Hall of Fame yet. They're not Hall of Fame.
Right.
Anybody remember Andrew Toney?
Right. Andrew Toney and Maurice Cheeks.
Yep. Walter Davis, Slick Watts. Anybody?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned Walter Davis the other day.
Clyde Frazier and Pearl Monroe.
And so then my the relative goes, oh, so I guess rings is your thing. I was like, nah, I'm not even counting their rings. I'm just talking about strictly basketball. They not there yet.
No.
Now they on a really great run, barring injury. In 3 years, 4 years, yes. You know, that's an elite backcourt.
Right.
Jerry Lucas and Bob Love. This is a whole lot of backcourts I'll take over them too.
Right.
All right.
Tim Hardaway and Mitch Richmond.
Oh my God.
Oh, forget about it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't win, but I would take them two over Steph and Clay.
Yes. Absolutely would. Hell, I'll take Sugar Ray Richardson in his prime and Ray Williams in his prime. I'll take Dennis Johnson and John Johnson from Seattle.
Ooh.
Ooh. Kevin Greavy and Bobby Dandridge.
Oh.
Come on, son. Don't get me started now.
Oh man, I tell you.
Did he just say Michael Ray Richardson and Ray Williams? Chandler,
yes,
you know you my man for life for saying that right now.
Yes, he did. Because Michael Richardson was a talent and a half.
Yes.
Believe that.
Michael Jordan even said, yo, because I guess they used to play in the off season. He said, I did not like playing Michael Ray Richardson.
Sugar just couldn't stop getting high. If he could have just stopped getting high.
Yeah, that was a sad shit though.
Ray Williams too. Ray was getting high too.
But Ray didn't let it totally destroy his career.
Right.
Sugar, that shit just, man, listen.
Right.
Matter
he
of
gave
fact,
him a lifetime ban.
Remember Super John Williamson?
Right.
He was playing point guard at 300 pounds and giving people a business.
Yeah, true facts, man. Mm-hmm. True facts.
But like Harlem said, we live in a microwave, and I've said it before on the show. We live in a microwave world where what's hot now is it's the hottest ever.
Exactly. And that's what's so sad. That's what's so sad. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever check out that video I sent you, the 3 guys rapping?
Yo, I saw that and I was on the floor.
That sums it up. That sums it up.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Because I saw that and I fell out, dude. I was like, wow. That second guy and the third one had me on.
I gotta send Chandler that if he never.
You gotta send him that, man. It's hilarious. That second guy and the third one killed me, man. I was out damn near peed on myself.
That summed it up.
Yeah.
I told him, I commented on. I said, "This is the funniest video I've seen this year."
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. The shit was hilarious.
You all nailed it.
Yeah. Pretty apropos. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Well, listen, I'm gonna have to break out. I'm gonna still let you guys keep rocking out though.
I'm gonna have to leave myself.
You might as well end it because I think when you go, that's it, Roddy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to keep it going, but I still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my thing is like I gotta get up way early tomorrow. So
yeah, we can end it. We can end it. We've had like 2 hours, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
All right, brothers. Listen, I try to get our sister in here, but I don't know, the link wasn't working. I tried to send it from the from the Hangouts section through an email, but I guess
we'll work on that.
Yeah. I don't know if it was maybe a time constraint or whatever it could be, but we'll try again. But I like this. This is the first initial voyage. I thought it was fun. I had a good time. We're going to make it always better and more interesting for you guys. And like I said, thanks for taking the journey with us. This is In the Paint, man. So we'll be back Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for Max 611, my brother Chandler, thanks for calling in. Holla, thanks for calling in. People in the chat room, it's busy out there. I want to thank you for your input and of course, your listenership. So peace and blessings to you guys. Enjoy your weekend and God bless.
Peace.
Peace.